DIY number 1. Okay, I purchased this large Easter egg, or large egg, at the Family Dollar for $5. I'm going in with the color of Waverly, the color Celery, which is a beautiful color paint, especially for the spring. And what I'm doing here is I'm doing the top piece of wood, and what I was intending on doing was painting every other one, and painting the second one and the one at the bottom. I went in and I painted it with the color Cashew, and then I got to realizing that it would have looked, you know, it's going to look better if I paint it all one solid color. So that's what I end up doing. You'll see here in a second. I'll go right into painting it, completely painting it. So here I am, just getting ready to paint those two portions of the egg as well. And it looks like it's not going to be as dark as the other portions, but it actually does. When it dries, it's all the same color. Now this was a very fun project for me. It's a larger project. You know, it gave me more room to add more embellishments, which I love embellishments. And I like to be, you know, be creative with it. And here I am painting the bottom part. As you can see, just making sure that I go in and get it all covered. I only did one coat of paint on this because I kind of wanted it to have just a little bit of a distressed look on the actual egg part. And that part went off really smooth for me. And then I have to step back and look at it to make sure that I did it all. So here I am going in and finishing up the last portions of this. Going around the edges here. Okay, here's my next piece. This is a little bunny rabbit from the Dollar Tree. I first went in with hot glue and tried to fill in the holes. I had seen people do it before, and when I did, I got burned really bad, so I had to go with some caulking, and I went in and filled them in after this, and then I painted over it again with this white chalk paint by Waverly. And I think these bunnies are just so adorable. What I have here is some eggs, wooden eggs picked up at the Dollar Tree. I'm going in with some scrapbook paper that I had in my stash, and I will be doing 2 with this specific paper. I go around, and then I'll just cut it out. And then I have another piece of scrapbook paper. I think it just really says spring on it. I love the little florals. Love the print. And I'm doing 2 in this paper as well. Okay, now what I have here is I have the color of Grape Jam. This is made by Apple Barrel. And this is a really pretty purple color. I thought at first it might be a little bit much for this project, but you'll see what I did to it. You know, it kind of toned it down just a little bit, but it goes good with the other colors, you know, on the scrapbook paper. Now I'm going in with the color of Daydream. That's it, Daydream Yellow. And this is made by Folk Art. And I'm just giving it one good coat of paint. You can see that I accidentally squeezed out a little bit too much paint, which I try not to do that. I try to be frugal with my paint. Sometimes, you know, this happens. You put too much paint on a project. But all in all, it turned out great. And I couldn't have an Easter DIY without incorporating yellow. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. I have so many. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, I just took this little, I call it a little pouncer sponge, and I'm going in with the color Waverly White Chalk Paint on the celery colored egg. And I'm just adding some little dots here for that egg. And then on the yellow egg, I'm going in with the color Cameo Pink. And I'm just going to be pouncing some little circles on there as well. I mean, I had to do something with these eggs, you know, to make it more, make them be more realistic, like an actual Easter egg. And then on the purple, I'm going in with the color of Celery by Waverly. At first, you know, I'm wondering how it would turn out, but guys, it looks really, really nice together. I love the color combination here. A couple of them I had to go back in and redo, but that was not a big issue. Now I'm taking the little wooden bunny, adding a generous amount of hot glue to the back, and I will be placing it down on the egg. It's not really centered, and I did that on purpose because I'm going in and I'm going to be adding the eggs to the bottom. Now what I'm doing here is I picked up some more of these wonderful, beautiful florals from the Dollar Tree. Some little pink and purple flowers. And I said before in my other video, I think that these are the most favorite flowers that I've ever seen Dollar Tree put out yet. I mean, they look very realistic. And I'm going to add a yellow one on this side and one to the other side as well. And I'm having to fight the glue strings that's hanging down. But if you're a crafter, you know how that is. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to just be adding just some little greenery pieces, one on each side. And I think that's perfect. That's just what that little bunny needed. It turned out so cute. And now I'm going to be going in and I'm going to be starting to add the eggs to the bottom. The first one I will be adding is one with the floral scrapbook paper. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add the yellow one with the pink dots. And then I'm going to add another one with a different colored scrapbook paper. And then, which one am I going to add? The purple. And then one more with the floral scrapbook paper. And I'm just going to stick it in behind it. Now my next, excuse me, my next step here, I'm going to be adding a generous amount of hot glue and this reindeer moss at the bottom. This is like really good reindeer moss because it seemed like it was already pre-cut to me. You know, I didn't have to go in and pull a bunch of it apart. And I was very happy with it. I went in and trimmed it up at the bottom. And you'll see, get ready to see the final reveal here in a few seconds. Da-da-da-da, da-da-da. Here's the final reveal, guys. And I hope that you enjoy it. Please leave it, you know, your comments below, and I will respond back to you. I like to hear everyone's comments and what they think. Today I'm participating in the Small Creators Sunday. This is hosted by Tiffany at Broke Girl Asthetic. co-hosted by Sarah at Can Sarah DIY It. I have left both of their channel links in the description box below, as well as the playlist link. DIY number 2. I picked up this little box from Family Dollar. It was $4. I thought it was so beautiful. I love the detail in it. And I thought, you know, what can I do to this to make it be just a little bit different? And so I'm going in with the beautiful Daydream Yellow. And I am just going to be painting the words Easter Wishes with that color. And I just absolutely love this color. And I hope that you all enjoy it as well. I mean, it is so much fun. You know, you can make these little boxes any way you want. Use any color paint you want. You know, and for $4, you can't beat that. I'm going in and I'm painting these little bunnies in the color of Cashew by Waverly. It's just almost exactly the same color as the wood, maybe just a little bit darker. I wanted to kind of keep it, you know, the bunnies in sort of like a neutral tone. And I'm going in. I had to speed it up here because this was a lengthy process, and I didn't want you guys to have to sit through the torture of watching me paint. So I almost got one bunny down. And I go and I paint the stems with the color of celery. Okay, what's our next step here? Still working on that same bunny. That bunny was a little bit chubby, so it took a little bit more paint. Here I am just going around the edges of the frame, doing all the sides, top and bottom, in the color of celery. Like I said, it's one of my favorite colors. Oh, I love them all. I don't know why I say that this one's my favorite or that one's my favorite, because I have several. And here I am. It's a little bit out of frame, and for that I am sorry. Okay, now I have these two little legs that I picked up, I think at Walmart. And I'm just going in with that color of the Daydream Yellow. And I'm just giving them a good coat of paint. And I'll paint them both the same. And y'all will see whenever I go to glue these on, I glued them on. I think I did it upside down, but it still works. So that's all that matters. And then I realized, you know, I didn't have to worry about painting the bottom or the top, because they wouldn't be seen. So I'm going to go on. I'm going to do the second one. And if you all have made it with me this far, I want to say thank you for stopping by. If you have not yet become a member of my YouTube family, I ask that you hit the subscribe button. Give me the thumbs up if you don't mind. It helps YouTube to notice me that much more. And if you'll hit that post notification bell in the drop down menu, if you hit all, it will inform you of any and all of my future uploads. Okay, now on my next step, I'm going in with the Sola wood flowers. I wanted to give this just a little bit of definition here, you know, just kind of give it some more pop of color. And I love Sola wood flowers. I have left their link in the description box below. They are always having like major sales on their flowers, and they are so beautiful. You can buy them that they're not painted yet, and you can buy the dye for them and paint them yourself, or you can get these that are already pre-painted. And I think it's a perfect touch for this little project. Now I'm going in and I'm just going to add the legs to the bottom. And I think I may add one more flower. I'm not sure if I can remember. I think I seen a place where I needed to fill a couple places maybe. Here I'm going in with the blue one. I needed to try to fill in that place at the top. And then I think I used like a purplish color over on the left side. And that completes the final project. Again, thank you all for stopping by, and I pray that you have a blessed day.